I'm out of practice. It's been a while.
Sure has been.
I have 6:30. Actually, Vicky, are you ready to go on the technical end?
I am ready to go.
Okay, so it is 6:30, October 17th. Let me go ahead and call us to order. This is a regular Planning Commission meeting. And if you guys would all join me for flag salute and pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alrighty, with that out of the way, I appreciate you guys, everybody joining me. I'm just looking here. We obviously have a quorum. Do you need a roll call at all? Vicky, are you good with just who's on?
No, I don't need a roll call.
Awesome, thank you. Alrighty, I will go ahead and move to our first item on the agenda, which is approval of the minutes of the April 18th, 2023 meeting. If you guys have had a chance to look over those, I would definitely entertain a motion to approve those.
I move we approve those meeting minutes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Was that you, Brad, seconding?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
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 All those opposed? That motion carries. All right, next item up is a technical review for TR 2023-02 located at 3070 Schmidt Lane, Hubbard. I guess probably I can turn this over to Holly if you want to take a staff report on this or take the lead on the staff report.
Good evening. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, wonderful. For the record, my name is Holly Byram and I work for the Mid-Willamette Valley Council of Governments. This should be a pretty short agenda item this evening because the Planning Commission recently approved a very similar technical review. All the planning commissioners should have a staff report in their packets. The purpose of the staff report is to help you understand the decision criteria that is included in the adopted development code. So this technical review is for an electronic display sign or a digital sign. And the location is 3070 Schmidt Lane. That's at the intersection of Schmidt and Pacific Highway 99E. This property is zoned IC, industrial commercial, and this is the property where there is a row of industrial commercial shop buildings facing 99E. The applicant is the Perlin Mill, and they are proposing to add an electronic sign to their existing sign there at the corner. So in the staff report on page 2, I've included a picture of the existing sign. And then on page 3, you'll see what that proposed sign would look like with the digital sign included in the middle. So as you'll remember, your development code requires a planning commission approval to post an electronic display sign in city limits. The criteria are pretty clear and objective. Just to remind you, there are criteria that require that the setbacks of the property are met, that the freestanding sign does not exceed 100 square feet, and that the overall sign allocation is within their sign budget, which is determined by the length of the frontage. So all of those criteria are met here. Staff does not have any concerns. We have a recommendation for approval on this one. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have about this. I would also offer that the Planning Commission might think about if this is still the appropriate approval process for electronic display signs, or whether we should make a note for the next round of code revisions, potentially to change the approval process here, simply because the criteria are clear and objective and there's not much discretion used in this type of a decision. So that's it from me.
Thanks, Holly. Much appreciated. Sorry, I couldn't get unmuted quick enough. Procedurally, do we need to hear from the applicant, or I don't even see the applicant on here? So it's just a matter of deliberation and a motion to approve.
Right, yeah, there's no public hearing component. Property owners in the area were notified as a courtesy. No one made a comment, so we don't have any comments on the record.
So there really literally is no public comment or against this. So
Correct.
yeah, even in a record. Okay.
If I
All
may,
right. Well, go ahead, Vicky.
there is someone online. It's just a phone number. I don't know who it is.
Is that Mark? Because he was on.
Are you talking about me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
All righty. Well, with that, I would either entertain some deliberation or a motion.
I move we approve the sign.
Yeah, I second.
All right. So we have a motion and a second to approve 20-23-02 as presented. Any other discussion?
So
Hearing none,
that
go ahead.
was Mark that seconded it. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, Mark Young.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Hearing no other discussion, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of approval, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? That motion carries. We might make a record with meetings. If there's no other business that needs to come before us, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll just say one
second.
thing in regards to Holly's proposal that we revisit this in code. I, for one, would support not requiring a planning committee vote for future electronic sign approvals.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. If it's cut and dry, as she says, then that seems kind of like redundant.
Yeah, I agree. It seems that it's very specific criteria and it's being met, so.
For a little history, Holly, was digital signs, were they like the boogeyman when they first came out? Is that why this began as plan review? I mean, literally, this code is probably a couple decades old. Is that right?
I'm wondering if Vicky has any memory of the back discussion.
I don't have any. This has been in the code since I've been here. So I don't know what the, like you said, what the boogeyman was when they did this one.
Yeah.
Well,
I could
go ahead, Holly.
I could understand if there were nearby residences that would be affected. And then if that was the case, they would have an opportunity to comment. And then certainly we would have the opportunity to bring it to the Planning Commission if there were unresolved issues or if they appealed the decision. So there are still avenues for folks to express their concerns.
Yeah,
So-
I concur with the rest of my commissioners. I think it's probably, I think if you wanted to relay that back to council for plan review, I think that would probably be appropriate. You don't necessarily need to take a motion on it, but I think you could relay that message back if you wanted to, so.
Yeah, I think with the criteria, how far from the street front it has to be. The only thing that makes me stop to wonder about it is the frontage space on how big the square footage of the sign can be. I haven't really looked into that too deeply to see how big of a sign that possibly could be, but that's the only thing that seems to be not straightforward.
Yeah. So Vicky will make a note for future code amendment packages that this should be revisited there.
The only thing I was thinking of while you had further discussion there was that the flashing, fluttering signs or whatever, I think that was the concern. So That's the only thing I can think of.
Mhm.
I think we had a debate years ago about density. If you literally had these packed one after another going through town, that could be an issue, but with advertising the way it's become and with billboards and digital stuff, they're everywhere. As opposed to them being very, very few and far between years ago, so. Yep. Anyway, anybody with a motion to approve or to adjourn, or did you have something else, Holly? I see your hand raising. Nope, okay.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Second.
All those in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, you guys, much appreciated. And is there anything for us next month? Yet?
I don't know.
Nope, okay.
Not that I'm aware of.
Everybody have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.